All right, according to Pro Football Focus, Detroit Lions offensive line has come in number 8 in the league, and they hadn't fell outside the top 10 according to Pro Football Focus all year, despite losing their offensive line brethren, High Tide, you know what I'm saying, who was actually paid to be a high price right tackle. That didn't really work. Fit better at guard. It was brought here because of his versatility. Only derogatory remark the article truly pointed out, was that Evan Brown and according to them, Evan Brown and Jonah Jackson got whooped by the Green Bay Packers in Week 18. Obviously, Evan Brown, I don't imagine him. He could be a candidate to start next year. I mean, really, Stenberger was drafted to be in there and really take over at right guard. And I can see the Lions drafting the right guard this year to replace High Tide with all the picks they got. Should be cheaper. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they did a great job this year. Frank Ragnow wasn't 100% healthy. I think Jonah Jackson had a nagging injury, too. Or was that Taylor Decker? But, they got an opportunity to play together. I think it's time to move on from High Tide and probably go younger at that position. I mean, obviously you want Stenberger, Evan Brown, or Matt Nelson to be ready to take over. But I just think they're really good depth guys. And you're probably looking for, probably going to take a raw right tackle prospect and probably move him to guard, work on him playing right tackle. And like I said, somewhere in the distant future, you're going to see Sewell be a left tackle. You're probably going to see that right guard kick out the right tackle. And then you're going to see what happened there. But, yeah, I think that's a concern or a need nobody talking about. You potentially can move on from High Tide. And I think it's time and get in there and get somebody that's young, spry, and that can be there and grow with the offensive line. But also, that's probably affected they rating was High Tide not being there. And also Frank Ragnow not being 100% as well, too. So, next year, hopefully, they get a good, clean bill of health and they can gel together. I mean, you got Taylor Decker, who the elder statesman on the line. Ragnow had already got paid. Jonah Jackson, solid. Sewell is a stud. So it's about time. I mean, they could, go out there and get another veteran right guard, for the not right price. And then in a further draft down the line, then get you another rookie. But, if the right one there, I think you take them. And, you just got great depth across the line. I think that's another thing that it ain't stressed enough is they got guys they can come in and they can plug in and temporarily hold the spot until somebody get healthy. So Evan Brown can play the guard spots, the center. Matt Nelson can play tackle guard. Evan Brown, he does his thing. Stenberger the guard. He had some bad moment. I think it was the Buffalo game, but then he came back and did really good work. Forget which game that was. I think it was the Buffalo game. But they never fell out the top 10, and, it was the kind of first year them all playing together for real and being healthy, even though I know Ragnar wasn't 100% healthy and High Tide fell out early. But, yeah, I mean, the camaraderie is what's key. You see the Cincinnati Bengals line before they got injured. They was bad early on. They got to know each other. They got better, then the injuries hit. They're a unit. Offensive line, and, they move in unison. That's the type of moment, you hear. I forgot who it was. I forget somebody on one of the talk sports shows, ESPN and Fox, talking about how when they played, their offensive line didn't even believe in talking to the media. They wouldn't speak to the media, and they would just take the fine. That was one of their commandments, or that was their code. So, yeah, they're a unique bunch. They're a bunch that usually stick together, close-knit. So the chemistry is going to happen off the field. Now it's just putting the reps in training camp. And training camp, preseason, 10 regular season games, maybe not enough. At some point, it's going to click. And when it click, you see, like before Cincinnati got injured, it started to click. So, next year with, 90% of the line, 85% of the line intact, you're going to probably add a new piece to that offensive line. So, I mean, the learning curve won't be so steep next year. So, but, as they get there and they played a good amount of games together, now you start to get playing 20, 30, 40, 50 games together, you're going to see that offensive line get a lot better. But from my perspective, there are some things that Ben Johnson can do to continue to help them out to even be more exceptional than they appeared to be last year. And you would probably ask about, what that may be. And one of those things may be, I'd like to see a little bit better blocking game, running scheme. I like to see more, pulling of the guards. I like to see more going. We gonna put a hat on the hat. You know we going north and south, and I want to see you stop us. I like to see more of that attitude, more aggression. I even like to see some full house back there, honestly, and some split backs. And I see some more I formation. I like to see more heat in the backfield. I like to see the full house, the split backs. I like to see more I formation. I like to see more power football. If you can go out there and single back with 2 tight ends, I like to really see a lot of more power pulling, a lot of hat on hat going straight forward. We going down your throat. Ain't shit you gonna do to stop it. I like to see more of that mentality than what we seen. I think you will see that. I think you will see an evolution of them in that run game. I think you see more of those old power plays and those pulling of the guards. And I think you see more toss plays. And I think you're gonna see more handed to the fullback and go right down your throat type of plays. I think you're gonna see more of that coming real soon from them next year. And that's the only real adjustment I think, and that's gonna make pass protection a lot more easier and a lot more better for them. That's gonna make their pass protection A1. So, but yeah, I'm not surprised. First full year kind of playing together without High Tide. You know, Ragnar had a little injury, so I expect it to be up from here. Now, I expect them to go nowhere but continue to get better with more games under their belt. Everybody fairly healthy coming into next season. Hopefully they stay that way. And yeah, man. I mean, I think they're gonna be on the up and up. That's the part. I mean, you see, you know, Kansas City dominated Cincinnati's injured offensive line, you know, defensive wise. Protected Patrick Mahomes pretty well. And Philadelphia dominating on both sides of the football. So it's a copycat league. You got to dominate. What was the difference in the Super Bowl last year was Aaron Donald getting through the Cincinnati offensive line and stopping Joe Burrow from throwing a fucking touchdown. That was the difference. You know, Cincinnati went out there and they got some better offensive linemen. They finally gelled towards at one point in the middle of the season. Then they all got injured. So you know how it is, but yeah, you know, they ranked 8th, and I'm pretty sure it's probably right around there. I mean, it was, you know, 49ers was good this year, the Eagles was good this year. It was a number of good ones. The Cowboys weren't too shabby in that area this year, and you know, and people saying, well, you know, we can't put no more stock into the defensive line. Y'all, that's where it's won. If Jalen Carter is the guy that you think is the missing piece and that can fill that void, you go out there and get him, and you continue to build the trenches because that's where the game is won at. So check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole 9. Or just Spotify and Anchor. Excuse me. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.